The text says, in the day that you eat the fruit, you shall die. First of all, by the way, it wasn't an apple. That goes back to Latin Christianity, where the word for bad and the word for apple are alike, malus and malum. So it's just the difference between an M and an S on the end of the same word. So I suppose from bad we went to bad apples. But it was fruit, as you correctly observed. But the death that comes here is a spiritual death. He died spiritually, one, because, as a matter of fact, he lived many more years after he ate of the fruit of the garden. But there was something that did take place, and that is immediately he began to, in his own body, there were physical implications that started, but the most important one was spiritually. There was a new gap that was created there between God and man. And therefore, this begins to be introduced. If you want a similarity, Christians are told when they come to celebrate the Lord's Supper, and they take the bread and the wine, which are symbolic of the Lord's body, which is given for us, and his life, blood, which was shed for us, we are told to be careful when we come together to the Lord's table and not to eat and drink in an unworthy manner, because if you do, it'll kill you. It doesn't say that there are some enzymes in the bread and the wine or some kind of poison, but it does say that there is the judgment of God that follows if indeed we are saying something by taking the cup and drinking it and saying, yeah, I'm a believer, I believe, but you really don't. And the biblical text says you're lying. And for that, God in heaven will require it of you if you keep on faking it like that. Same way then in the fruit. Was there something in that fruit that they ate? I don't think so. I don't think there were certain kinds of enzymes that changed their body chemistry. But there was a test for obedience, and they failed that test and decided to express their freedom by running contrary to what God wanted and said. And there's where the difficulty comes. And that is why they died spiritually and needed then, like all of us needed, the whole race then needs to accept God's plan of deliverance, and we need to come to him to receive Jesus as our own personal Lord and Savior.